give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Hello, one and all. It is I again, Mr. Cinema Junkie, and I got a lot of good responses on that 80s collection. So, welcome to the resurrection of the 80s collection. Basically, just going to do one more part because I found a lot of them that I had left out, and I really wanted to pay some homage to these. These are a few more of my favorites. I was going to wait on doing this one till next week, but then I remembered that Sopa and Pippa and Pee-Pee and Poo-Poo and whoever the hell else is trying to take over the internet is going to be passing votes soon. So I figured I better get this video out there before they shut everything down. So let's carry on, shall we? During the last set of trailers, I talked about Lucio Fulci. Here's another one of his masterpieces.
What do you say to a widow who finds out her husband butchered his mistress and then took his own life? That's where Peterson hanged himself from that iron
However, I told you very clearly.
I tried, but my mother wouldn't listen. She said Daddy had to do some research here.
You shouldn't have come, Bob. You shouldn't have.
Why would a man like him slaughter the woman he loved and then hang himself?
Well, I don't know. Human mind.
Yeah, a research project on suicide with a researcher commits suicide.
Don't go inside, whoever you are. Don't go inside.
Someone's in here, Mommy! There's someone down there! Get the door open!
Where's the axe? Bob! Keep away from the door!
No, I will!
Don't worry, Bobby. I'll get you out.
Why? Who's there? Who's in this house?
Dr. Freudstein!
You should have listened to what I said.
House by the Cemetery was a little bit of a different bird. I mean, it had classic Fulci all over it, but it sounded funny. But it was a little different in some ways. Can't quite put my finger on it. There was something about it. And did anyone notice how much of a girl that little boy was? Whew. When I saw House by the Cemetery, it was a double feature with Suspiria. By that time, Suspiria was already an old movie. But having that kind of a double feature at a theater, Argento, Fulci, same screen, it didn't get any better than that. This movie was a little nod to the environment and what can happen if you don't keep things in check.
They're normal, everyday children. They like playing games and having fun. They're like everybody's children, except that something terrifying happened to them. Pray you never meet them.
Jenny, darling, is that you? Mama!
The Children, rated R.
Yeah, the acting in that one was really hokey, but I remember when I first saw it, I thought it was one of the greatest movies ever. I would take pencil and color my nails black. Be like, Mama. What kids talk like that? Mama and mommy and all that stuff. Oh well. I liked it anyway. I still like it. If not for anything else, the hokiness of the whole thing. Not to bring any kind of a religious twist to anything, but did you know in the Bible it says that all meat is good to eat if it's received with thanksgiving? Keep that in mind when you watch this clip.
The following feature is one of the most violent films ever made. There are at least 24 scenes of barbaric torture and sadistic cruelty graphically shown. If the presentation of disgusting and repulsive subject matter upsets you, please do not view this film.
Some people think that's the greatest cannibal movie to come out of the 80s. Cannibal Ferox, or Pharaoh, depending on how you pronounce it. But then there's others that side with this little gem.
The law of the jungle. Eat or be eaten. These film cans tell what happened to the Americans who journeyed into the Amazon to shoot a documentary. New York City is only a day away from the green inferno of the Amazon jungle. 4 Americans plunge into the savagery of the Amazon jungle to film a documentary. They never come back. Are they still alive? If so, where are they? Cruel. Brutal. Savage. Shocking. Authentic. Actually filmed in the Amazon jungle.
No! We gotta get the film back home now! Think of the film!
Before there was the Blair Witch, there was Cannibal Holocaust. Found footage in the woods. Whatever happened to them? Let's go find out, shall we? And find out they did. I love that movie. Yes, I know. There's a fair amount of animal violence in there. I'm not really big on animal violence. I'm really not. But the only part of that that really bugged me was the muskrat, or whatever it was he stuck with the knife. I thought that was a slow, cruel, painful death for the animal. All the other animals died pretty quick. And considering that it was a pig and a turtle and they're very edible, I figure the natives probably had a feast that day. Have any of you out there seen the new movie Red Riding Hood? Do yourselves a huge favor and check out this movie.
A family pet. A bedtime story. the familiar landscape of childhood.
You have to come out sometime. You can't sulk in there forever.
Where witches and wolves are the forces of evil. Where good will triumph and all will end happily.
Your granny spoils you. She makes you think you're something special. That red shawl.
But this is no fairy tale. This is where legend ends and survival begins. Where the dreams of childhood hold no promise of a happy ending.
Big eyes you have.
Worst kind of wolves are hairy on the inside. And when they bite you, they drag you with them to hell.
She ran away!
Did I scare you? I am sorry.
When I killed it, it was a wolf. And then before my very eyes.
Neither child nor adult, wolf nor human. This is the twilight world, which lies between the pages of any fairy tale.
My, what big arms do you have?
To deny it is to kill the child that lives within us all. To enter it is to kill the dreams of childhood.
Jesus, what big teeth you have!
Where did you hear a story like that?
Not a story, but God's honest truth. Granny told me.
The company of wolves. They are all the company we keep, even in our dreams.
I remember people went on and on about the transformation scenes in The Company of Wolves, especially that wolf coming out of the mouth. It wasn't the guy's face turning into a wolf, but shedding the skin of the person. That was classic stuff. Great werewolf movie. Hands up, raise those hands if you've seen this next movie.
Warning. This preview cannot show all of the terrifying and grotesque transformation sequences from the last 30 minutes of The Beast Within. The filmmakers strongly suggest that those who may be shocked by this unique, horrifying movie use caution when seeing the film. There's something inside of Michael.
Never seen anything like it before.
Something that's been waiting, watching, and growing.
Michael?
Something evil.
I know you're in here.
And whatever it is ready to be released.
I came back for them. All of them.
And now no one is safe. You have been warned. You are dared to remain calm during the horrifying final 30 minutes of The Beast Within. Even you may not survive. You have been warned.
Yeah, The Beast Within. I remember when me and my friends saw that movie, we were hyped about it, man. That particular trailer I just showed you was the one that made me want to see it. And I was not disappointed. Before my wife became my wife, we were talking about movies, and one of the movies we brought up was this particular feature, and I was really surprised that she had seen it and actually liked it.
You think I've done something wrong, don't you?
Terror equals could not forget.
You think there's something in there, don't you?
Torment he could not bear.
You want to see?
Truth he would not face.
Hey! Take a look!
Orion Pictures presents Michael Caine in The Hand.
You don't want me to go to New York with you, do you?
I'm not talking about a separation or anything permanent or anything like that. I thought you understood that. I thought that was why you said that I
Well,
could...
we obviously do not understand each other. Look out! Get back!
How does it feel?
Like they're still there, my fingers, like they're moving. You'll have phantom feelings for years. Heat, irritation, pain. Your memory is still feeding familiar sensations of having a handle on your nerve endings.
What have you been doing during these blackouts?
Misplacing things.
I'd be scared if I were you.
Did you see my signet ring?
No. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. You never know what you can do. The unconscious is capable of anything. You could do anything you ever dreamed of and never had the guts to do.
Hi. I like the way you look at me.
Blackouts are nothing to fool with. You could kill somebody. It's all up there, and you'll never know.
Know what?
Who you are.
Don't be afraid of the pain. Tell me what you're feeling.
You're trying to kill me, aren't you?
Sense it, feel it, touch it.
You want to destroy me?
What is your image?
A man trapped in a nightmare, locked in the grasp of
The Hand.
Oh, John.
John?
John?
What's the matter? Why are you looking at me like that?
There's no hand.
Michael Caine in The Hand.
Yep, The Hand. I had actually seen that movie with my mother. It was one of the rare times that she would take me to see a horror movie. She wasn't really big on horror, but we went to see this, I guess because Michael Caine was in it, she thought it was safe. How wrong was she? I like the concept of a dismembered hand coming back for revenge on all the people that wronged the owner of that hand. I thought that was pretty cool. Is that possible? Is it at all possible? He wasn't just known for chainsaw massacres. Nope.
Who will dare to face the challenge of the funhouse? Who is mad enough to enter that world of darkness?
Something is alive in the funhouse. Something not alive like its father. Something better dead. Something that has the form of a human, but not the face.
This better be good.
It's gonna be great.
Something that feeds off the flesh and blood of young innocents.
Come on, here we go. This is it.
Something that tonight will turn the funhouse into a carnival of terror.
I don't know what that thing is. We're gonna try to kill it. I just want to get the hell out of here.
The Funhouse, coming soon from Universal Pictures. The Funhouse. It's a carnival of terror from Tobe Hooper, the director who terrified you with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This movie was released right about the time the whole puberty thing kicked in. So, naked chicks in the shower, I'm all for that. Thing was, in later years, I got a copy of this movie on DVD, and I watched it. I'm like, she's really not that attractive. Oh. But who cares? She was naked. A little odd that her brother she just stood there as her brother stared at her. Creepy. I like a good ghost story, and this one did not fail me when I saw it in the theaters long, long ago.
Within this old house live two residents. One of them is John Russell, composer, professor. The other has been dead for over 70 years.
Claire, I'd like to talk to you about the house.
Did you die in this house? How did you die?
Whatever it is trying desperately to communicate. What is it in that house, Claire? What is it doing? Why is it trying to reach me?
It's a hand. Senator, I'm John Russell. I'm living in your house. Senator, look! Look, I want to show him that!
You got something of the senator's. He wants it back.
John?
What is it you want? What do you want from me?
Many films will frighten you, but only a few can really terrify you. The Changeling, an experience beyond total fear.
The Changeling, starring George C. Scott, was one of my favorite ghost stories of all time, for a long time. Something about the poster art that really captured my imagination. I remember it was a picture of a wheelchair, an old wheelchair, and the shadow casted the wheelchair, but somebody was sitting in it. Years and years later, there was a movie called Session 9, and on the cover was a picture of an old wheelchair in the middle of a hallway. It just brought back memories of the Changeling. Is anyone out there going to the store? Can you pick me up a few things? I just need bread, milk, butter, and something cheesy. Oh, this stuff.
No, don't eat that. I saw it moving in the refrigerator.
Here, Jason. Take some.
There is something alive in there.
They're good for us, Jason. They kill the bad things inside us.
It must be a side effect of eating too much dessert.
It's gonna kill you! It's gonna kill you all!
Hey, wait. We are not alone.
Tonight, America is in grave danger.
So are you prepared to say on the air that you've actually seen people devoured by the stuff?
Oh, hell yes. And what's worse, I've seen what's left of them when the stuff gets through and comes back out.
Coming soon for you, the stuff from New World Pictures.
This was one of those movies when I watched it, I wasn't sure what I was watching. I didn't know if I was supposed to be scared or laughing my ass off. All I know is the way it started off just killed me. Some old timer walking down the street and this white shit bubbling up out of the sidewalk or out of the street. He reaches down and goes, "Hey, what's this?" Sticks his hand in it and starts eating it, just like that. "Hey, this tastes pretty good." Who the hell does that? I wanted to present a trailer for Trick or Treat, but the Trick or Treat I was talking about was about a babysitter who goes to take care of a little fat kid who's real morbid. He's into magic and gore and all that good stuff. And he lives in an apartment. And then his dad comes calling, and his dad is a psychopath. So she has to fight him off, and they have to fight him off, and they wind up killing him and all that good stuff. But I couldn't find that trailer anywhere. Nowhere. I looked and looked and couldn't find it. So I present this trick or treat for you.
It's party time!
Rock and roll will never die. At least not this Halloween.
I've heard of raising spirits from the dead by incantations, right?
Yes.
I did that by playing the record backwards.
You're big, and big is you. Sammy Kerr. He's a rock and roll nightmare.
I am a big fan of yours. I've got all your records. Shut up!
This message was meant for me.
Sammy Kerr. His fans won't let him die. He won't let them live.
You should be loyal to your hero. Make it turn on you.
Shut it off! Shut it off!
Trick or treat. Looks like we better check out the party punch.
Starring Mark Price from Family Ties, with special guest appearances by Ozzy Osbourne and Gene.
Yeah! That was made back when being Skippy from Family Ties meant something. I think that started the downfall of the horror movie, when they started introducing A-list celebrities into their movies. I don't think me or any of my friends saw that trailer and said, we gotta go see that new horror movie. It's got Skippy from Family Ties in it. Deformed babies become great big deformed people, as we show in this trailer here.
Humongous. Six people stranded, cornered, hunted. Because here on Dog Island, something evil has been growing for 30 years. Humongous. It's loose. It's angry. And it's getting hungry. Humongous. God help us.
I don't know about you guys, but something about that still shot of him coming out of the water just gets me. That's a freaky picture. Kind of reminds me of the last scene in Mother's Day when Queenie comes jumping out of the bush. Ooh. Some call it horror, some call it black comedy. I call it damn good filmmaking.
Come on, let's get going.
It looked like a safe haven from the raging storm.
It's an odd kind of place. Where'd your folks get it from, Boris Karloff?
Their hosts seemed like the essence of hospitality.
Stay here as long as you like. Wonderful.
But appearances can be very deceiving.
What's the matter? Afraid of the dark?
Yeah. Scared? Well, of course not. What's there to be afraid of? This house?
Oh, don't be.
So, you like toys? I'm a doll maker. I make the most wonderful toys. Dolls, puppets, soldiers, ballerinas. Nobody wants a doll that's special anymore, that's one of a kind. The weather brings out creativity. It helps me in my work.
What kind of work is that? Witchcraft?
Dolls. You're never too old to play with dolls. Until you're dead. Dolls.
Yeah, there's nothing quite as creepy as a collection of dolls and toys that come after you. I remember back when I was doing security, I had to pull a shift at a college, Incarnate Word in San Antonio, and they had this collection of dolls that were all dressed like nuns, and being there overnight kind of freaked me out a little. It reminded me of this movie, actually. I kept thinking they were all going to come out of their little cases with their crosses and their rulers and beat the fuck out of me. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. I know that one was a little more short and sweet than the other ones, but there you have it. That should round off the list. Again, the rules were no sequels. So hopefully none of those had sequels. If they do, I don't know about them. But thanks for watching. Please leave comments below. I really love the comments you guys have been leaving. And thanks for joining me on this little memory cruise. Be sure to tune in again next time. I'm going to be doing a little nod to the 70s. So until then, you guys take care. This is Mr. Cinema Junkie, signing out. Peace!